Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Baby Yoda bookmark buddy. This is the more advanced version. So hopefully you've already watched the video on how to fold a bookmark buddy so that it's all folded and ready to go. And then I'm going to be showing you the steps on how to turn it into our Baby Yoda. For my bookmark, I am going to be again using the bottom kind of folded part as the place where we're going to put the outfit, and then the face is going to be at the top. So for his outfit, he's kind of got this little fold. So I am going to use a curved diagonal line going from one side down to the other. I'm going to repeat that line to make it a little thicker. And then I'm going to do the same thing but on the opposite side. So the side's going to be a little shorter to kind of create that fold. Now for this Baby Yoda's face, the eyes are more what we call like lemon or almond shape. So I'm gonna start kind of in the middle here, and he's got those big eyes, so I want to leave kind of plenty of room on the sides for both of those eyes. So I'm going to start by creating what I call a sad face curve. So one at the top, and I'm making it kind of big. I'm going to repeat, I'm just going to move over, I would say about a finger's width. Just move over and repeat the same step on this side so that I have those nice big curves there. Then I'm going to make what I call a happy face curve, kind of down on the bottom, kind of connecting them. You see I'm kind of leaving the corners in the center kind of open, just a teeny bit. And then for the inside part of the eye, I want to create the three parts. So we have the white part of our eye, we have the iris, which is the colored part, and then we have the pupil. I'm also going to be adding a little shine into the eye as well. So I'm just going to take a curved line here, just towards the outsides. Kind of makes it look like a parenthesis. So I'm going to make those little curves. That is kind of creating the outline of where our iris is, and then leaving the white parts. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a nice big pupil in the centers. And then of course I'm going to add that little shine. Now the shine for his eye kind of looks like a little, almost like a little U shape or like a little bean. Okay. All right, now once I have that done, I'm gonna move on to his nose. So for his nose, we are gonna put, his nose is pretty close to the eyes, almost towards the bottom here. So I'm gonna make, again, kind of a little rainbow curve, a little sad face curve here at the top. I am going to make little nostrils on the side that just kind of come out a little bit and then kind of come back in. Again, kind of looks like a little parentheses that I'm making. And I'm going to leave it open on the very bottom. Then I'm going to draw just some little light lines that kind of lead from the nose up. So once I have gotten that, I want to make a little curve for his mouth. So his mouth's going to kind of curve up and curve down. I'm going to give him just a little bit of kind of a smile at the bottom. And then of course Baby Yoda is pretty wrinkly, so we need to add some lines in there to give the wrinkles kind of around his face. Even though he's supposed to be a Baby Yoda, remember he's 50 years old in there. So we're gonna give him some wrinkles. So I'm gonna just do some really quick little light lines, nothing too heavy. You can even call them what we call like little broken lines. Just some around his face, maybe a couple kind of coming up towards his eyes. I am going to make some above the eyes, almost like where he'd have some eyebrows. And then another one All right, so once I'm done making his little wrinkles, now I want to go ahead and outline. So for outlining Baby Yoda, we are actually going to use, I'm going to be using a really thin black Sharpie. Now at home, if you don't have a Sharpie or like a thin black Sharpie, that is okay. You can always use like a pen, like if you can find a black pen would work great. Or if you have like a really thin black marker that would work, you can always use that too. So then I just need to go ahead and go over any of my lines that I've already made. All right, so now once I have outlined his face, I want to go ahead and make his ears. So hopefully you have some of that saved paper when you made your bookmark into a square shape. I'm going to go ahead and take that extra paper. I fold it in half because of course I want to make 2 ears. So it's easier to fold it in half and only have to cut once. So his ears are kind of these big, almost like leaf shapes. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw the outline of them first. And that might be a little bit too big, so of course I can always kind of cut them down or resize them if I feel like, oh, that's a little bit too much. But we do want pretty big ears for our Baby Yoda. So then I'm going to go ahead and cut that while it is still folded. So again, I'm ending up with 2 ears, and those are about the same size as the ones I made before. So once I have those ears made, I want to make kind of that outline of the inside part of the ear. So again, I'm going to take kind of my thin Sharpie here and kind of create that outline, just kind of repeating the same shape as the ear, just a little bit smaller. And there we go. So for coloring my Baby Yoda, we're going to use a couple different colors. So again, use what you have at home. If you have markers and you have the brown, you have some green, great. If you have crayons, I'm going to show you a couple different colors that you can do with crayons. But whatever you have at home is perfectly fine for how you are going to color your Yoda. So I am going to get out some brown. I'm also going to get out a little bit of a lighter brown. I have 2 different colored greens. One's more of an olive green and one's more of like a little forest green. And then I'm going to use kind of this melon color for the inside of the ears, something a little lighter. So one thing that I did when I went to color him is for those wrinkles, I wanted to make them I still wanted to make them stand out, but not too much. So I'm going to actually use my forest green to kind of go over those wrinkles just a little bit to start before I color the other parts of his skin. And it's just going to give some color difference and kind of make those other little details show up. All right. So once I have done that, then I'm going to take my lighter green and I'm going to color all over that. All right, so now that I've colored his face, I want to go ahead and do the same process for the ears, since the ears are going to be green as well. I'm going to take that kind of forest green and do a little bit along the outline. And then I'm going to take my lighter green and add that to it. All right, now once that's colored, I'm gonna work on his eyes. So I need to color the irises, and he has brown eyes. So I'm gonna take my darker brown, and I'm gonna add a little bit of the darker brown to the outside part of the iris here. And I know the eyes don't have too much space, but I'm gonna add just a little bit of the brown around those corners. And then I'm gonna take my lighter brown and I'm gonna put that more towards the center. Again, just gives a little bit of shading to his eyes. Okay, and then once I'm done with that part, I wanna go ahead and work on his outfit. So same thing with the browns. I'm gonna take the darker brown and I'm gonna use that to kind of really outline his outfit. So I'm gonna kind of go really, press down really hard on those edges to make those lines stand out. And then I'm gonna take the same brown and just kind of color in the center here, but using less pressure. And then I'm gonna go back to that lighter brown and use that for the rest of the outfit. Okay, and once I'm done with that, I wanna go ahead and finish off the ears by doing the inside. So I decided to change my color. Actually, I'm gonna use more of this apricot color for the inside part of the ear. Okay, now once I am done with that, it's time to put him together. Right now without his ears, he looks a little funky. So let's go ahead and do that with some glue. So I'm just gonna use a glue stick. And I'm gonna just put a little bit on the edge of the front part of the ear. It's gonna stick on like this, kind of coming out to the side. He's got those big ears. Maybe I'm gonna make it come down just a little bit more. And then same thing to the opposite side. And again, make it kind of coming down and out to the side just a little bit. And then to finish him off, I'm going to go ahead and cut just a little bit off the top so that his head's a little bit more curved. He doesn't have a little pointy head. So I'm going to take my scissors, just simply do a simple little cut across the top. And then there is my baby Yoda. And I'm actually gonna cut just a tiny bit more off the top so it's not too tall here. There we go. All right, and then there's my little baby Yoda. So I hope you guys enjoy and have fun.